It's a war being fought in living rooms around the world. Blu-ray discs versus high-definition DVDs or HD DVDs. The showdown between Sony and Toshiba both claim their format is better. Another example of the so-called format wars, shades of a battle in the early 80s between VHS and Betamax. And it gets worse. Hollywood studios are now taking sides, betting on different formats. The poor customer left confused, trying to figure out which one to go for, pick the wrong one, and you are out of luck. Good thing our tech guru Elias Makos is with us today. You know, Elias, people's eyes are starting to glaze when we get into this kind of thing. The truth is the Blu-ray HD DVD war is just a mess, isn't it? Well,
a mess is a good way of putting it. You've got a lot of companies who have put in a lot of money behind two competing technologies, and unlike 10 years ago with the DVD, they haven't come together. They're still fighting this out. And because they've put in so much money, it looks unlikely that they're going to come to a compromise. It looks like there's just going to have to be one winner.
And really, the winner may be one of the two companies, but the loser here, at least at this point, is the consumer, isn't it?
Absolutely. The consumer is the big loser. Prices of these machines are still remaining very high, and they're going to stay high until, someone takes the lead. A month ago, I would have said Blu-ray was going to win. Blockbuster had just announced that they would only stock Blu-ray discs. But then a few weeks ago, Paramount announces that they're just going to go HD DVD exclusive. So now we're in a situation where if you buy Transformers, you'll only be able to get it in HD DVD. But if you buy, let's say, Spider-Man 3, you'll get that only in Blu-ray. So it is a mess for consumers.
Based on what you know, which one is better out of the two formats?
That's a great question, but there is no real answer to that. Just because if you talk to either side, they'll say their format is superior. I think Blu-ray does have some advantages with regards to capacity and expandability. HD DVD does have some advantages with backwards compatibility because it's based on a bit of older technology. But in the end, they can both provide high-definition picture to the consumer.
Maybe I'm being naive here, but why can't they just agree on one format and make it easier for everybody?
Who knows? They did this 10 years ago with the DVD. They came to, and it took around 18 months, and they finally decided, fine, let's come to a compromise. In this case, I think part of it has to do with the fact that Sony bet the farm on the PS3, which is their video game console, which also plays Blu-rays. So they don't want to give up on this. If they give up on Blu-ray, they're also giving up on one of the main technologies of the video game console. And you've got people like Toshiba and Microsoft who invested a lot of money into HD DVD, and they just don't want to give up.
But why are Hollywood studios signing on to these technologies if the companies themselves are still fighting and one format hasn't emerged yet as market dominant?
Well, there is the money issue. HD DVD paid Paramount a reported $150 million just a couple of weeks ago to go exclusive to the HD DVD camp. So for some of these studios, they're saying, well, we can make more money if we side with one side than if we go with both. So that could be part of the equation.
And here's the twist. I'm hearing that the porn industry is actually siding with HD DVD because it's cheaper to make, and that's actually what happened back in the 80s. The porn industry went with the VHS. So could that be a deciding factor here?
It could be. Betamax and VHS had a big battle, and a lot of people would say Betamax was better, and VHS ended up winning. With the adult industry here, there's one thing that a lot of people say, that HD is not made for that kind of material. So who knows what's going to happen.
All right, Elias Makos, thanks very much for this.
You're welcome.